I surf for so many different reasons. Some days it's a workout. Some days, I've spent the whole week inside and just get out in nature, be in the water. It's my escape. When I graduated, I worked in environmental consulting. I thought we were doing stuff that was good for the environment and good for the people in that community. We were often paid by big oil companies, paid by these gas companies to go do compliance evaluations where they didn't care about the environment, they just were there to make money. And I was like, damn, the work I'm doing now is not eliminating any of this trash. I need a better option.
I was actually running a medical device company. One of our customers asked us if we could make surfboards similar to the way that we made medical devices using 3D printing.
We hopped on a Zoom call and he was like, I want to build 3D print surfboards. I know you made some boards in the past. At first I was a bit skeptical. I didn't know anything about 3D printing at the time.
The more Mike and I learned about it, the more excited we got.
First board we ever made was half of an old longboard, 2 wooden dowels, speared into a 3D printed part. We went out and surfed it. Within maybe 20 seconds, it filled with water. We're like, all right, we can do this better next time, but at least we have a surfboard.
We genuinely didn't know if they were going to work or not. At that point, I didn't really understand that you have to make 50 surfboards before you make a good one.
And I remember the first wave I caught, I was like, holy crap, I'm standing on a 3D printed design that I made, and this is so cool. You can see the water moving, everything.
At that point, we saw a future in this.
Instead of taking a piece of foam and cutting back to make your shape, we're adding up the plastic to make our board.
We had to build what we would call a tech stack of different softwares that let us go from sort of a common board shaping open source software platform onto something that's 3D printable.
Because we're using 3D printing, we can talk to somebody who wants a board and say, what type of waves do you like? What type of surfer are you? What are you looking to get out of this surfboard? And we can make fine-tuned adjustments to that surfboard, so each board's custom tailored to that person.
Once it comes off the printer, we clean it up and then take it to the shop. And from there on, it's pretty similar to making a normal surfboard. Sand it down, fiberglass, epoxy, let it cure. Every single board that he's made has gotten progressively better on the craftsmanship side. Every time he makes a board, he's like, oh, but there's this little bubble that I found, and he'll show it to me. I'll be like, I still don't see it. I'm 6 inches away from the board, and I still can't see what you're unhappy about.
I'm dyslexic. It makes you work harder for just the normal things that other people can do easily. That attitude of working hard just to be at the same place as other people, I've totally taken into this business. You're never gonna make a perfect surfboard. You're always just gonna make as close as you can to a perfect surfboard that day, and then hopefully the next day you'll do a little bit better.
We wouldn't really want to do this if we were using toxic materials that were hazardous for the people working in the shop, or if we were creating a bunch of waste.
That's something that's really important to me and us as a business. We try to use the most sustainable materials that we can. It's something that's non-negotiable for us. There's been very little innovation in surf technology and surfboard technology for the past 30, 40 years. I'm hoping that 3D printing is going to give the surfboard industry something else to think about.
In the future, I think there's a lot of stuff that we can do with adjusting the shape of the board. As the board flexes, does the shape of the rail change? Does the shape of the bottom contour change? And that kind of dynamic performance adaptation. That's all tech that you just can't do with a piece of foam. When we started, I really had no idea that, like, if you had told me we'd still be doing it 3 years later and we'd have a bunch of happy customers and really cool, like, prototype technologies and stuff like that, that would have blown my mind for sure. Those little moments of riding an awesome wave on a board that you made, there's like no better feeling on earth.